I'm not. I can't afford to not record.
Welcome to season 6 of the Be Your Own Kind podcast, where we believe that you deserve the space to just be. I'm so excited to share another season with you, packed with fresh perspectives, practical tools, and inspiration to enhance your already amazing self. I hope you enjoy the new content just as much as I've loved bringing it to you. Stay inspired and always remember to be your own kind. Well, hello, gorgeous. How are you today?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Can't complain. Thank you for taking out the time to be on the podcast today. I am loving your background gold. I love it. And polka dot. Loving
That's my thing.
So Chassidy, I know who you are, but can you let the audience know a little bit about yourself?
Okay, well, I am Chassidy Mickale. A lot of people know me as a hair and makeup artist. I've been in business for 10 years, so I have a beauty concierge service for hair, makeup, and wardrobe. I have been blessed to be able to travel the world doing what I love, empowering women through beauty enhancement. That's what I consider myself to be doing out here, is really just helping women and men, because depending on the set, sometimes I'm doing male grooming. It's just really helping them to get that extra boost to, do whatever it is they need to do. On the outskirts of that, I am also a motivational speaker and newly professional model.
Nice. I love that for
Yes.
you. Your picture's out of it though, so I can see that.
Thank you.
Yes, and that's how I met you. I met you through Tamika's Hill empowerment event, and you really touched me when you were saying it was like your appearance is important, and I think that people miss that. Yes, no one's telling you not to be who you are, but also when you look good, you feel good, you kind of, I don't know, like you putting energy in. I don't know if I'm making sense, but yeah.
No, you're right. It sparks a confidence. That's what it does, because at that point, and for me, this is a personal testimony, when I feel like I have prepared myself and showed up my best, you can't stop me. And even still, if the opportunity wasn't for me, it wasn't for me. I did everything within my power. I showed up, I prepared myself, I performed as I needed to. That's it. You know what I mean? I can't go back and question what was what. I did my best in putting that forward. And we're visual. At the end of the day, we have the capability to see, thankfully. Not everyone has that, but subconsciously we are going to judge people based off of what we see. It's just what it is. That's the reality. That's what we are going to do. I'm going to do it. You going to do it. Even if I don't say it, I didn't thought it. You didn't thought it. It's just human nature. Like, it's what it is. It's what it is.
That is so true.
It's so true. We didn't say something. We didn't side eye. It's just what we do. And so to minimize that, because it's going to happen, why not put our best foot forward? And that, my business is called Your Image Matters for a reason, because it does. Your image matters. Simple.
Yeah, it does. But I feel like because of all of the social constructs around body image and how you should look, and some people are like, well, I am who I am. Why do I have to, look a certain way in order to play a part? But like you said, that's a part of reality. If you go into an interview with your pajamas on, you're not going to get the said job. Like, so we still have to bend to some of these social constructs to get where we're trying to go.
Yes.
Yeah.
You could be pajama girl all day in your house, because it is a time and it's a place for things. Right. And you could get mad all you want to, but the reality is it don't work like that. That's not, if we would just take a second and understand that some of these things are just not going away, and you have to conform just to adapt to your environment to get potentially what you want. That's okay. It's not changing your identity. It's just conforming to what it is. It's like, hey, if we're going in a warehouse, it says, please wear a protective hat over your head so you don't get hit in the head. So you gonna go in there and not do that? At work, please wear a bra because we don't want to be distracted by your loose boobs.
Right.
It's just it's just it's ways of living, and
Right.
it doesn't take away from your identity necessarily. It's just being adaptable for that particular matter. Now, when I'm in a boss and when I'm doing me, I'm gonna do me for sure. But if you take the time and really invest in yourself and that self-care and showing who you are, regardless of what costume, because that's what it could be considered, what costume you put on, that personality, that true you is going to show up no matter what room you're in.
I love that. I love that because you're the one adding to the room when you enter it anyway. It's not the other
Exactly.
way around, right?
I mean, think about it when people wear uniforms. Everybody can have on the same outfit. You gonna know who the fool. You gonna know who the smart one. You gonna know who the one who took a little extra care and actually honored their uniform. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Your individuality is still going to stand out. So let's not get caught up in just being polite. That's showing up, taking care of yourself, taking care of your hygiene. That's polite. Like, you know what I
I
mean?
never
It's just
thought of it that way.
you're
Yeah,
going out into the world. Now, when you're in your house, by all means, your rules, you in your house. That's if it's your house. If it ain't your house, you got to conform to those rules because it ain't your house. You know what I
right.
mean? It's just, it's a way of life. And if people would just really look at the bigger picture, that we are visual and you are going to be judged no matter what, then we can move on from there. And it's a part of self-care. It's how we show up. It's how we show up. You speak a different way. You act a different way. When you have on a new outfit that you like, don't you act a different way? When your
She
hair
can't
is
tell me
freshly done.
nothing. Can't tell me nothing.
Cause who you talking to? Who you talking to?
Right.
I'll tell somebody quick. I am too cute for jail. Go. Like it's just not, it's not worth it. I'm cute today, and even on a sweaty day after the gym, like even then, like I value me more. It's no, no. It's okay to care about your appearance. It's okay to invest in you. And I'm not saying you have to buy the Gucci's and Louis. If you can afford that, so be it. I will make an H&M outfit, $20 holla, do what it needs to do, okay? With some Shein shoes. It's how you wear the garments. It's what it's what you put into yourself. And so I don't want people to lose the point of what I'm making. And it's not about the Gucci's and the Louis. It's about how you represent yourself, how you carry yourself, and that it is important. And it does make a difference in how you show up in these rooms and who takes you serious or not.
Yeah, I love that. And you're right. You're right. And that put things in perspective. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's all older people, like that's the point they try to drive. But delivery is also a thing. But that's a whole nother
Oh yes.
conversation.
Oh yes. Oh yes. But that's true. That's
Yeah,
true. That's
yeah,
true.
yeah. So I think you kind of touched upon it, but can you tell us a little bit or just a little inkling of your journey of what inspired you to start your business?
Ooh. Well, I'm acting like that was so long ago, but it feels like so long ago because I've done so many kind of branched off adventures from it.
Mhm.
So I'll try to make it short. But I worked in the salon, so I did cosmetology. I went backstory. So my bachelor's degree is in fashion design. I always had a passion for doing hair, but my parents was like, "Girl, no, you going to undergrad first, and then you could do whatever." So boom, I knocked out the undergrad. That's in fashion design, and then I went on to cosmetology school. Worked in the
Mhm.
salon for less than a year, and I was like, "No, this is not my passion. It feels like a desk job. I'm not being challenged, or it just wasn't the right fit." And so
Right.
at that age, I was like, you know what? Let me go to grad school because I'm still trying to figure things out. And I don't want to go back to school when it's too late. So let me go ahead and knock out that. And so I did. I went and got a master's. I have an MBA in marketing, but it all makes sense. Okay. So during that, when I made that decision, I started doing house calls because I didn't want to bounce around to different salons either. And by the time I finished grad school, I still did not want to work in corporate America. And so I went and worked at Macy's. I was a manager at Macy's for Christian Dior Cosmetics. And that was kind of like that final piece to complete glam, being able to do the wardrobe, being able to do the hair, and now officially being able to do the makeup. And so throughout that, the business just grew and grew of me doing house calls, and then I started doing kids hair, and that just grew and grew. And then I became a platform artist. So I was lead stylist for Luster Products. So a lot of the advertisement that you see still in the stores today, that's my work. Went on to ORS, and I traveled the world, being able to show off my skills, but also grow as an artist, because I had to pretty much know how to do majority of the hairstyles in order to educate women and men on how to achieve these hairstyles using that consumer's products. You know what I mean? So it was a huge opportunity for me to just continue to grow and grow. And then fast forward, the pandemic, of course, was a huge curveball, because touring pretty much came to an end. I had went from touring for like the past 7 or 8 years, from March until August, to not at all anymore, because of course pandemic was there, and no one was doing huge trade shows. All of that was that was a no-no. And so that required me to shift. And so through that, I started doing classes. Someone would call me, hey, how do I take out a sew-in? How do I take out a crochet? Or how do I put my eyebrows on? And that created the 10-minute face. And so I started doing Brunch with Beauty, was teaching. And that's a course where I taught women how to do a 10-minute face, just like glam, because people of course, were at home on Zoom, and they still wanted to look like they care, but they couldn't see their makeup artist, or they couldn't get their hair done. And so the pandemic, was another opportunity, of course, for me to shift. And leading up to now, I've always been really good with speaking and, just empowering women and putting that on a larger scale, a larger platform. Anytime someone asked me to do career day, I was there. Anytime someone was asking me any of those opportunities to go and speak and uplift others, sign me up, because, we all need it. And especially what I do, I don't know anyone else that does specifically what I do. Like, of course, I know other hairstylists. I know a few other hair and makeup artists, but they are in either a salon or just not in the capacity of what I do. I definitely don't know anyone with the same journey as me. So I like to give people the opportunity to hear a different way to be successful, a different method, because like I said, I didn't have a one person that I could say, oh, I want to do exactly what they're doing. Because it wasn't that, it was me just picking up, oh, I love the way they work. Oh, I love the way their relationships with their clients. Oh, I love the way they map out XYZ. I love their finance. It was always just kind of like piecing things together to here I am now. Now I'm able to explore other things that I'm passionate about, as far as modeling and more public speaking, and moving more towards the creative director part of things versus just doing the hair or just doing the makeup. I want to do the bigger picture. And so that's where I am now, because I'm 10 years in. I'm thankfully established, I feel like, with my clientele. But now this is going to allow me to continue to expand and grow and, inspire others.
Yes, I love everything about your journey. I love how you pivoted, because I feel like 2020 kind of forced a lot of business owners to pivot.
You really didn't have a choice. And I'm thankful to God that I was ahead of the curve, because so many people either lost their salons, or of course, the pandemic was like, we hate beauty. That's what the pandemic said. We be ugly in your house with your mask, because all of the self-care, amenities were gone. Salons, spas, all of that was closed. And so because I was already ahead of the curve and doing house calls and doing, services within salon, different suites and sets, and because I was already used to that, I was already about 6 or 7 years in. It wasn't a major shift for me as far as learning how to still run my business, but I definitely shut down for about 2-3 months because of the uncertainty I didn't want to, of course, become ill or, get my parents ill. So I sat down, and even during that time, that was the first time I had not worked since I was 14. Yeah,
Wow.
since I
What
was
an
14.
adjustment. What an adjustment.
Yes, yes.
How
I
did
had
you
never
initially feel with the down?
free, free. I was just like, this is what people do. This is what they do. Like, not having to, the biggest joy was not having an alarm clock. And even now, like, and just not constantly being addicted to my phone. Even now, like, I have to remind myself, Chassidy, check your emails, respond to those messages, because it's not that I'm ignoring them. I just, when I'm off, I'm off. That's what I try to get in the habit of. But of course, being an entrepreneur, you're never off. Like,
No.
never off. And so
Never.
that's why I'm a stickler to actually vacationing, because I can really say no. Because you can't finesse me and be like, you know what, Chastity, we're here. I know you might be booked and busy, but if you could just squeeze in, I really have to say no, because I'm not physically there. So I have to say,
Right.
so it forces me to step away. And that was one of the biggest lessons that I learned from the pandemic, is just pouring into myself, because of course I can't pour into others if I'm not pouring into me. And just time, delegating the time, and also creating routines, because I was so always on the go, touring, living my best life. I didn't necessarily have a routine. It was a soft routine. If I was
Right.
home for, if I was home for 2 weeks, of course I would try to meal prep and work out, but I try to make a conscious effort to keep a routine going. Yeah. And then I'll get a curveball, because like 2 weeks ago, I end up getting a call, and I worked a film, and that was 7 days of 10 to 12 hours. So no, I'm not working out. It's not happening. It's not going to happen. You know what I mean? It's not, the meal planning. Who's cooking? Who's cooking?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just, and kudos to those who can do it. I salute you. But the reality is, no. So now I'm working back into getting my routine going, because I'm like, okay, I'll be home for 2 weeks. Let's do it. Just make a huge effort to have a routine for these 2 weeks, where I'm meal prepping, where I go work out. And then we're back to chaos. Okay. Then we'll it's just this constant, cycle of getting back to routine. So that's the lifestyle. It works for me. So yeah, that's what I'm usually having going on. But that the beauty of being able to constantly pivot. Even now, right now, I'm going through a pivot, because I'm not taking on any consistent clients anymore. I'm only doing creative direction, and I'm moving more towards TV, film, and more towards consulting. Like I said, consulting, creative direction, TV, film, and then pursuing my commercial and print modeling career. So there's always a shift, because being an entrepreneur, you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. It's never every now and again, of course, you have those contracts where you can kind of kick your feet up a little bit, but you can't get too comfortable, because
Right.
it's yeah, and you have to stay relevant.
Especially in your field, like possibly podcasting too. But yeah, what I love about everything that you're saying is you flow. Because I feel like when you start restricting, like what if you were so like suspended to the fact of being what you were like having clients, but you still wanted to do this, and then you find yourself stressed out because now you can't keep up with the clientele because you want to transition here. And I feel like some of the headaches about being an entrepreneur is learning like when to let go of something and transition into something else. And it doesn't mean that you're transitioning from your purpose. It's just a transition within your purpose. And I feel like that's really important for entrepreneurs to know, or people, period, is when the season is up, it's not always a bad thing. maybe it's just transitioning to something greater. So I look at what you started off, with the clients and then you did the hair, then you did the makeup, then COVID happened, boom. Consultate like, oh, I could get paid by doing nothing, freeing my hands, and showing you how to do that, and that leaves me room to now pursue other things that are still in the image industry, in the image field, whatever. So you're still fulfilling your purpose, just in different ways. And so I love how you flow, and I love how you're almost expecting the shift.
You have you have to, like, you. Yeah. And then your faith game, whoever is your jam, that's your business. But I'm a believer, and you have to, because I'm telling you, especially as that trend, like as you just spoke on that transition right now, I feel like I am moving from the artist to the actual talent. You know what I mean? And that's a beautiful thing, but it's scary, because I know the talent is definitely not as consistent as being the artist yet, because God not gonna open the doors for me that's not meant for me. You know what I mean? But I know that's a building process as well. But on the flip side, the beauty of it is, I just took a course the other day, and I spoke to the young lady, and she was like, the beauty of it is, I have experience with both sides of the field, being the artist and being the talent. And so now I can merge those together and really and truly be this powerhouse. And so I want people to understand, like, you don't have to limit. We are the ones who put the limitations on ourselves. I know when I was getting my website built, the young lady, I joke with her. I was like, girl, I'm like the jack of all trades. And so she took that and she put on my website, Jill of all trades, because, sometimes we get so caught up with, just focus on one thing. And yes, you can focus on one thing at a time, but who says that you can't be good at a lot of things? Like, who made that rule? You should focus on one thing at a time, one task at a time, those that require that focus. But you can multitask. I've done hair and makeup plenty of times and killed it. You know what I mean? So we are the ones who put those limitations on ourselves, and it's a lot of reprogramming. I listened to Miles Monroe this morning on how to rebuild myself while I was dying on the Stairmaster. But that's a whole nother podcast. But I was dying. Okay,
Stairmaster is a whole nother thing, though. I'm not even gonna hold you. I have empathy with you for that. I get on here for 5 minutes. I try to do 5 minutes. I make it for a minute and a half. I'm like, nope.
I'm gonna encourage you to do it, because I was really, really, really like dreading getting back, because I probably haven't worked out consistently probably in 3 to 4 weeks. And so I started back this week, and I still can do my 30 minutes on the Stairmaster on level 3. I didn't go to 4. I didn't push it and go to 4, because when I stopped working out, I was doing 4. So but to know that I can get through it, so I was like, listen, we gotta listen to. I listened to Joel Osteen yesterday. We did Miles Monroe. I was like, I don't need no music. I need to be literally praying the whole time I'm home here, because ain't nobody gonna get me through this but some words. Okay, I don't want to hear nobody, no Meek Mill, none of that. I usually turn on my turn up mute. No, ma'am. I need the Spirit and the Holy Ghost to get me through this section.
I need guidance.
So, I mean, back to task. The beauty in all of this is just don't fight the flow. You hear that all the time. Don't fight the flow. I can't remember who said that, but I'm sure I've heard it plenty of times. That's not my quote, but it's something that just came to me as far as when you spoke on just going with the flow. You have to, because and I'm a swimmer, so I know firsthand, if you try to go against the current, you're gonna tire yourself out. You know what I mean? Just pray and go with the flow. Have those moments of meditation or that sit down time where you can reevaluate what's working, what's not working, and build from there. Because as a true, and entrepreneurship ain't for everybody. It's not. But as a true entrepreneur, I'm going to always find a way to make some income. I have to. I am accustomed to a certain lifestyle. So it has to work. And if by chance I'm tired of it, I can always go get me a 9 to 5 because I have the credentials to do
Right.
so. And
Right.
so, I am blessed to be able to have that fluctuation. But it's a way. It's a way. You gotta, sit back, shuffle the deck, as they say, shuffle that deck, get it back on. Get it back on, because the longer you sit and pity party, no.
It's you just wasting time.
Yeah. Yeah. Give yourself you can give yourself a day or two to pity party, because it those days for sure they're going to come. And when I have them, I take them, because I'm more powerful when I'm being productive. You know what I mean? So if I need a day, I'm gonna take that day, because one, life is too short and there's no progress when your head ain't right no way. So I'm gonna take it.
Right.
But I'm also gonna check myself and be like, hey, now, girl, okay, get in the game. You want to go on this trip? You want to buy this? You want to eat that? Get it going. We got to get back into the game.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every minute you're here, you're losing money. Get a day.
Yeah. The minutes I count everything in a flight, which is crazy, but to me, I'd be like, "Ooh, that's a flight. I can't afford that. That's a flight. That's a flight."
I like that.
Because that's my everybody got their thing. That's my thing. I want to get on a plane. That's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go. I want to go. So you can't call me. I'm not there. I'm not there. So that's the joy. So that's what I be looking forward to: massages and flights. I'd be like, no, I can't do that. I can't do that.
What Andre 3000 say, which I love. I can't afford not to record. I got a grand.
I can't afford that. That's the I can't. No. I like to live life far too much to get caught up in those moments. I'm gonna have it, but we gonna tighten it up. And I'm thankful for my community that will notice. Okay, Chaz, what you want? Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'll be back, but give me a minute. So.
And that's really important. I feel like we have answered the majority of the questions.
Oh.
But I like the flow of conversation too. But
Okay.
I think we didn't cover this one, where it says, what does the phrase "stay ready" mean to you? I feel like you covered that a little bit. And why is it crucial for achieving success?
Oh, honey, when I tell you, I love being prepared. So usually when I'm on set, they call me the Girl Scout, because I'm gonna have everything that I could think of, down to a safety pin, just a random safety pin in my fanny pack, because somebody might need it. Or this last time, before I got out the car, I threw 2 Zyrtecs in my purse because we were shooting outside. They got to sneezing. I got a Zyrtec. They like, Chaz, why do you? Because I knew we was gonna be in this grass and y'all gonna need, I'm that person, and I learned early on, a lot of times when I was hired to do makeup, the hair person didn't show up. It's just what it is. So now I just make a conscious effort to always just take hair with me, even though I may just be hired for makeup. I just always throw the hair bag in there just to be proactive. I'm gonna have the extra long extension cord because I don't have time to not have power doing hair. That's crazy. So I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna have the additional lighting. You know what I mean? So at any moment when someone tries it, you ultimately can't, because I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna have on a branded outfit, so when they doing BTS coverage, my brand is gonna be represented. It's just, that's me. I kind of dork out over that, honestly. Like, I love being prepared. Like, you you ain't gonna catch me slipping. A lot of the times you're not. You're just not. And I know this because I am very detailed in that. And even when I, run into people that I've worked with in the past or whatever, they like, Chaz, you be having it together, and do and will, because I know how I show up when I come into a room. You're going to remember that I was there, whether it was the outfit. I'm going to be on theme because I love a good theme. I mean, take it how we are right now on this call. You met me once, and though I was, there to speak, I was on theme. I remember my outfit.
You
I'm
did.
gonna wear I'm going
You
to
had
wear
on happy
something.
faces, Bantu. I remember you. You had on happy
Exactly.
faces. You had sequin shorts and you had Bantu knots. You was super
Yeah.
old with it. Yes, you
Yes.
are memorable. You are.
Yes. But one, it was appropriate because it was about mood. It was about empowerment. And so I wanted to wear something that I was going to represent our different moods that we may show. I'm going to always try to look like an artist if that's where I'm going. As far as my hair, let's have a funky hairstyle because I don't know who that's going to speak to. I pre-measure my rooms. I pre-read the room. I look up where I'm going for the most part, and I'm going to make sure that who I need to see and who I need to impact, prayerfully, that is done, because that pours back into me. I can get home and I'm like, yeah, girl, you did that. I could pop it. You know what I mean? I can for sure, hit myself on the back and say, you done did it again. You made your mark as you're supposed to. And that has led to my success. Every opportunity that I have had is because I made a mark and I showed up. This last big opportunity that I just had, a young lady called me from cosmetology school, which was over 10 years ago. And granted, we were cool. We were super cool. We had a friendship, but this is not someone I talk to on a consistent basis. But we for sure have a good bond, and she still follows me on social media. Likewise, she hit me, hey, can I refer you for an opportunity for hair and makeup? Absolutely. I didn't think nothing of it. A month passed. She literally called me on a Monday. I happened to be available. Showed up on set. They said, oh, can you do this? I got you. I looked around. I saw what needed to be improved. And they said, well, we'll call you probably for Friday. No, they end up calling me Monday night. Hey, can we get you in here tomorrow? And then I was there for, another 6-7 days for hair and makeup. And that's how it goes. Even when I showed up, they were like, wait, are you a part of the cast? No, I'm here for Glam. Oh, yeah, yeah. You look like you do Glam. You look like you do Glam. Because I had on my all black. Hair was still cut. Hair freshly cut. Makeup, not too much. Still light. Red lip. Demand in the room. Come talk to me. Yes, let's do it. I can definitely add some value in this room. Likewise. And that's how it should be. You know what I mean? And I know there's times we all go through it, because let me tell you, I'm intro and extroverted. Cause I be tired of people at a certain point. I be all peopled out for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Because when I'm on, I'm on. I did the Disney internship. And so when we were backstage, so backstage, of course, is not when you're in front of the guests. And when you went out of the back area, you were on stage. And so some people like to consider that, oh, it's a front, you're not yourself. No, that's an ignorant mindset to think that I am truly still myself. It's going to come out. But once I leave my threshold, I represent my community, I represent my friends, and I'm a hold, and my family. I'm going to hold that to the highest, because one, I want them to be proud of me. I'm proud of me. And I know that that's what has led me to my continued success, is how I show up.
Right.
So that's how I stay ready. So I ain't got to get ready.
So for the person that want to work towards that preparedness, oh my God, because that takes a sense of critical thinking with the side of intention. Like that's intentional thinking. Like not that's waking up or thinking or preparing for something days in ahead. Because if you're rushing all the time, you might leave that hair bag or you might left that Zyrtex if you didn't stop for a minute and be like, okay, where I'm going, what's my setting, what's the location, who I'm gonna be around. That takes thought. And I feel like sometimes when you are an entrepreneur, you're not in front of people a lot, which I'm one of those people. The nervousness of being around people kind of overshadows that intentional thinking, and some people may be in situations where they're not prepared. Where can they start to work towards where you're at as far as your thinking?
So it goes back to that first concept that I spoke on, routine. I grew up with a routine. I was an athlete. I was a swimmer. I swam 6 days a week. So, you started with school. You did school, 8 to 4. After school, straight to swim practice. My parents didn't play that idle time game. I couldn't watch TV during the week. Every now and again I could. And of course, TGI Fridays, I got my chance. But even still, by the time I got home, it just wasn't really time for TV. So I still, as an adult, try to work on that routine because I know I am most productive when I do so. And so, prime example, I was on set for those days, working 10, 12 hours. Okay, boom. I know there's not a lot of time for me before work or after work. And I had auditions to do as well. And I needed my hair to be fresh every day because I don't play that either. So, listen, as soon as I get home, I'm cleaning brushes. Boom, cleaning the brushes before I get in the shower. Get in the shower, lay the outfit out. I'm giving myself max 45 minutes when I get in the house. And it's crunch time. Ain't no time to look on no phones. It's none of that. It's crunch time to get because I'm going to get my sleep too. I don't play about that either. Because I don't like being sleepy. And I'm not a coffee or tea drinker. So it's full energy or it's nothing at all because I'm going to go to sleep anywhere. So I have to go to bed. But it's a process, and my bags stay packed. I keep my model suitcase is ready. It's already in my room ready. I've already bought duplicated items, undergarments to make sure that's ready. It stays ready. And even still, if I take something out of it, I'm washing it and I'm putting it right back in there because that's where it belongs now. It has to stay ready. My hair bags stay ready. My makeup bags stay ready. I keep lighting and a chair in my car stays ready. I don't have wiggle room for mishaps. The Zyrtec stays in the car. Okay, we're gonna keep a little Zyrtec in the car. Some Tylenol. Some women have a little women's kit. I have a first aid kit because I don't have time. I don't, and whatever else I need, we gonna hit an H&M real quick. We gonna hit a Target real quick. You know what I mean? Because people at this point are used to me showing up the way I do, and they expect that. So very rare am I not prepared because I have created a routine, and it is a habit for me to be on point. It's a little nerve-wracking sometimes with how tedious I am, but overall, I know it's a direct correlation to my success. And I know that those days when I don't feel like doing it, because those are there, when I'm just like dog tired, I ain't got it. We got backup brushes, okay? Makeup brushes, we got that. We got a whole. And so then we'll put those in when I'm just too tired to clean makeup brushes. I have multiple sets. So that's not an issue. But there's times where, I create a space for me to give myself grace, even down to my closet. My closet, I have a whole work area. So ain't no going through the whole closet. And I started that in cosmetology school. In cosmetology school, I had to wear all black every day. So now, still to this day in my closet, I have a all black area. So there's no, I'm shuffling a rack maybe. It ain't too much there, but it's enough to filter through and come up with a look. But that's you know what I mean? That's creating peace of mind on the front end when I don't feel like figuring out my outfits. I don't feel like it. But they already there. Boom, grab a bottom, grab a top, grab a dress, and it's already branded. I've already put my brand on everything. So I don't have to worry about that. So just being proactive in getting that stuff handled off the bat. I mean, yeah, you got to.
You were organized. I'm sitting here like, wow, that is so organized. That is impressive. That is
you have to be, for me, and I know people that do what I do, not specifically what I do, but I know no one, a lot of people aren't like me. And I have a friend of mine, she would always come to my house to get her hair done, and we toured together. She was on the business side, I was the artist, and she would come over, and we would just have done maybe a 3-city tour, and she would be like, how is your house still in some type of order? How was I said, I could be running late. Like, say for instance, I woke up late. I am spazzing out and making my bed at the same time. Why are you late? Oh my God. Tripping. Oh my God. It's sick. So I don't expect people to be that extreme. I know that's a me thing, and my home to me is not spick and span, but I don't play about my bathroom gonna be together, my kitchen gonna be like, certain things gonna be together. Now it might be a little suitcase somewhere. It's always a suitcase somewhere. There's always a suitcase, but it's there. And even when I pack though, I always pack with a garbage bag, and so my dirty clothes. So even if I don't unpack the suitcase, all of the dirty clothes have been removed already. I have my big toiletry bag, and I have a small toiletry bag when I'm just backpacking and carry on, girl. It is a sick method to the madness. It's
but
probably
it's
sick.
It's a system.
It is. It's a system, and it works, and it has blessed me. Like I said, in so many ways. Like I remember last year, I had to go. I was going on vacation to Turks and Caicos for 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got an opportunity to do the Jet magazine cover.
Nice.
And so I turned it down because I was like, I'm not missing my Turks and Caicos trip. Like, no. And the person who brought it to me was like, no, Chaz, I need you to rethink about this. Like, and so I was like, you right. Let me be responsible. Ugh. But I gotta make those decisions, because I didn't know what it was. She was just like, you can't turn it down. And thank God I have people like that in my corner who's like, girl, no, tighten me up.
You don't miss this fight, right?
So I literally went to Atlanta to do the shoot for Jet. Flew from Atlanta to Turks and Caicos, and from Turks and Caicos to New Orleans because I had to work Essence Fest.
Wow.
And so I took my carry-on was my backpack, with my makeup, and half of the suitcase was my clothes that I needed to be on camera with, and the other half was hair. And then I checked a big suitcase with more clothes and any other things that can be pretty much replaced if the suitcase got lost or whatever. And I put an air tag in all my stuff because I don't play that either. And then so when I went to Turks, my family was there. I was able to downsize all of the dirty clothes because by that time I had used the bulk of the clothes. I downsized all that. So when I went to New Orleans, all I had was a carry-on and a backpack. And I had my hair, my makeup, and my looks for New Orleans. And I sent my other suitcase back with them.
So what I'm gathering from what you're saying is create a system. It doesn't have to be identical to yours or the next person, but find a system.
Find your groove
that works for you, and that is tied. And when you see success is attached to it, continue on with that system.
Yes, you have to, because one, it would create I like to control the things I can control. One of my favorite prayers is the serenity prayer. Just God give me the wisdom to know what I can and cannot control. And so I try to be prepared as possible, because when there are those, boom, I missed I'm running to the gate, I don't have time to check my bag. I ain't got to check no bag, boo. I got to carry on. You know what I mean? I'm good now. It's just trying to be proactive in those, situations that we can't control. And so my system may be complete chaos to the next person. It makes complete sense to me. So do what works for you. But the key here and the lesson here is, of course, what you said, like, find your system, create your routine. It's going to change. Things change because every gig is different. I may need more of makeup, more of hair, more whatever. It changes, but being open and uncomfortable and being okay with being uncomfortable, it's just what it takes. It's what it takes. And I feel like although I'm 10 years in, I feel like I'm just beginning, but I'm also incredibly thankful of what I know, because when I do go in these different environments, of course that those bubble guts, they kick up, because I'm human. And honey, them bubble guts, they definitely kick up. But I'm eased with knowing, like, girl, you got it. And if you don't have it, I am not in fear of not learning. You can't be afraid to learn new things. You can't. We're going to be learning stuff to the day we die if we choose.
Yeah. That's the key point, if we choose.
Yeah, if we choose, by all means, I tell people that about working out. We're going to be trying to get smaller, or if you lost too much weight, you're going to be trying to get bigger. Or if you lost the weight, you're going to be trying to maintain. It is continuous. Life is continuous. So if you want to eat some ice cream tonight, girl, I am not going to judge you, because I can't have none. I'm supposed to be doing this little fast with my best friends. I'm over here with this gallon of water.
You doing good. 30 minutes from the Stairmaster. You ain't got to do nothing else in my book.
I know. But you know what? It is a constant effort. It's constant until there's a season where I'm like, YOLO. I don't care right now. And that's my business. I don't care right now. I'll deal with it when I want to deal with it. So it's just this constant balance of giving ourselves grace, holding ourselves accountable, and being open to change and growth, and putting those things in place. It's a lot. Like, life is a lot, but it's doable. Take a breath, have a moment, go ahead and cry in the corner, because I'm a crybaby. So I'm a boo-hoo for sure. And then I'm going to get it together, because I'm like, I ain't gonna mess up my mascara.
No, and you got things to do, and you got bags to pack. You ain't got
Okay. Listen. I didn't book the trip early. I said, all right, we back outside. That's what Alexia.
I love it. So what are you got any future goals or upcoming projects that you have?
One of them I can't speak on at the moment. Right now, I'm actually redoing my goals. I am redoing them, reassessing them, because, like I said, I am doing a shift from the artist to the talent. I don't want to be completely either just yet. I want to kind of coexist in both worlds right now. So at the very forefront, I look forward to being booked as a talent right now. That's an immediate goal. Definitely continue to working out and doing better with drinking my water and all that good stuff. So those are like immediate goals. Of course, I have financial goals, and that's my business. But of course, those are always there, the financial goals. But immediately, before the year end is out, I will gain. I gotta speak it. I will gain that talent contract that I am seeking and desiring, and I will. We'll say 10 pounds. We'll knock off 10 pounds, and I feel a little bit, because that'll help with the summer weight that I potentially might have put on living my best life. But that's for another day. We ain't even talking about that. But yes, immediate. That's what I want to do for the future. For the future, I just, I just want to continue to be in position to give back to inspire. That's ultimately, what I desire. I would love to maybe start a school or a foundation or something to where I can inspire women who are women and young girls who are like me, who we like a lot of stuff. But all in all, I love glam. I say glam is my jam. That's my thing. I love being cute. I love a good theme. I love helping other people get cute. Because when you cute, you just, like I said, there's a certain aura, and it's like, don't talk to me. Don't touch me. Yes, queen, you look good. It's kind of like, it's just good juju in the air. And that's what I want for us, especially our Black women. All women, but especially our Black women, because I'm a Black woman. So, of course, I'm a root for us all day.
Right. I love that. Well, here at
Yeah.
BYOK, we have a signature question. And the question is,
Mm-hmm.
if you could describe yourself in one word, what would it be and why?
Ooh, just one? Oh.
Some people do multiples.
Okay, I'm gonna just go with what I thought of first. So on my wall, it says she leaves a little sparkle wherever she goes. So I'll just say magical. We'll use that because I picked that word because I just feel like I am always full of surprises. I'm not really predictable. You can kind of put me in a lot of different rooms, and I am going to find a way to rise and to shine. So we'll go with that. We'll say magical.
Magical. I love it. I love that. Well, Chassidy, if people want to look their best and feel their best, like, how can they reach you?
You can find me everywhere. You can just Google. You can Google Chassidy Mickale. You can go to my website, Chassidy Mickale, Instagram. I don't use Twitter like that. TikTok, everywhere. Just Google Chassidy Mickale, and it will certainly get you to your destination.
Love that. Love that. Wow. This, man, first of all, this makes me want to create a system. Boy, I'm like, I am not nearly prepared for life. But I love, thank you for sharing that. I always just have a takeaway at the end of the episode, but I'm like, my takeaway is you better get some routine.
It's gonna make a difference. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And then time for me, I'm always keen about time. I'm gonna get my money back. I don't play about my time. So all the little minute things, if I can be proactive and handle that, I will, because that's sleep time, and we will not sleep.
And playtime. You right?
One or the other, So
play
yes,
and I want to sleep.
come on, yes, put it out there.
Right. So, listeners, if you want to play and sleep and travel, whatever your thing is, let's create a system. Let's create a system to get ahead of things that we can't get ahead. Because, like you say, there are a lot of uncontrollables in our world, and I feel like as humans, we tend to want to control those things that we can, but we never look at those things that we can. And so we spend our time, like trying to get some type of headway with the controllables, then we wouldn't be so thrown off with the uncontrollables. We're not even paying attention to that because that's God's business anyway. Uncontrollables.
Hello.
So
right. Right.
So I love it's so many things we can control,
Exactly.
And I love that. So let's create a system. So next time we talk to Chassidy, we'll have some systems for her.
Listen, put me on. Please put me on, because I there's a few areas I definitely need some strengthening but the ones that I have mastered, honey, I got them. I got it covered. Packing, I could pack. I need to go ahead and do the video.
Imagining that. I'm like, you probably should do a tutorial for how to pack, because if
and people keep asking me.
You need to do that for real, because I'm like, you gotta back this, back that. You should know how to pack.
I get down with the packing. I get down with the packing. And still will have extra outfits. Like still. Yes, all the time. All the time. Yes.
Yeah, you need to coin that. I need to see some TikToks or ebooks or something, because that's amazing to me. Chassidy, thank you so much for taking our time out of your busy schedule to meet with us and share your insight and your journey with us. We truly appreciate that.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. This is fun.
Yeah, lots of fun. And listeners, hey, this could be us in a year. We just create the routine now and
Yep.
stick
Yep.
to it. It's only difficult at the beginning, but
Mm-hmm.
once you create that habit, clockwork. So
Yes.
we gonna be on that. And so until next time, be kind to yourself and to each other. Bye.
Bye.